it is a Sunday as I record this, so why not something cultural? All right, I'm going to be talking about two pieces of art, but before I do, I want to tell you, for those of you who've complained about this desk rattling and causing trouble with the microphone, I've jammed some more bits of cardboard into the desk, and I'm hoping that that might help. Okay, it's a cheap desk, so you know, what do you expect? Right, so the first piece of art I'm going to be talking about is, it's called, in this article, a statue. I'd say it should be called an installation, because that's what you call anything when it's not really artistic, but somebody's been messing around with paint. It cost £80,000, which is about $100,000, and its claim to fame, apart from its colossal ugliness, is that it's the tallest ceramic statue in Britain. And here they give the height in feet, which is interesting, in feet, not in metres. It's 38 feet. And it's 38 feet of, well, let's put it this way. It's made of ceramic, and lavatory bowls are made of ceramic, and lavatory bowls contain a word which I shall not use because I want to keep my YouTube status on this. I want to be able to monetize this one. There are so many, you must notice, when I go into sensitive subjects, I don't monetize my videos, I don't even try. So some of the most some of the most widely circulated ones are, generally speaking, the ones that I don't earn any money of. C'est la vie. Right, so anyway, if we think that thing is bad, just spare a thought for the locals who have to walk past it every day. You know, and you just look at it, it can't make up its mind whether it's an anchor or one of those giant light switch pulls. Yeah, I don't know whether you have them in America, but in Britain you're not allowed to have light switches in lavatories. So, we're back to the lavatories, aren't we? So either the switch is on the outside of the WC, or there's a string hanging from the ceiling, and you pull. It's a light switch pull, the sort of thing you often used to have over beds, I believe, for reading lights. Anyway, yeah, it can't make up its mind whether it's actually an anchor or a giant light switch pull. And the only possible upside that I can even imagine for this blot on the landscape would be that finally there will be somewhere in St Austell where students will be able to hang traffic cones, because they'll be able to hang them from those things sticking out the side, and possibly they could embellish the thing even more with some underwear stuffed into that ring at the top, which would probably be an improvement. One resident called it a giant American totem, a giant American Indian totem, but I wouldn't give it that much respect. A totem to what? The great god of licorice all sorts. Anyway, apparently whoever commissioned this did so because St Austell used to make a lot of pottery. The people of St Austell couldn't have made such awful pots that they need to be punished in this sort of way. It reminds me of, that thing there actually reminds me, you know, those hideous pieces of ceramic ware that Auntie Mavis would turn up with on her visits, and you had to keep it on the mantle because she might turn up and get offended if she dropped in and saw it missing. I'll tell you what though, perhaps if they found a giant cat big enough, they could get the cat to knock it over. All right, now, apart from that, there is another piece of art which has assaulted my eyes this week, and we go now from the ridiculous to the banal with this portrait of William and Kate, which is so bad it even rivals the statue of Diana that William and Harry unveiled last year at just about the same time as I'm recording this, actually, now I come to think of it. The portrait, the pose is stiff, the faces are yeah, photographic. You know, just absolutely, there's no nothing about their character. It's just a photographic representation of the faces, and the execution of the rest of them is so, it's so flat, spiritless, almost naive. The pair of them look like they stuck their heads through the holes in one of those fairground peep boards, you know, the sort where you take amusing photos. I'll find a picture of one of them here. Right, William, you might be a nice chap, and you might be a good family man and a responsible member of the royal family, and you could be, well, I think you are, so far as I know, a fine representation of all that's best in our country, but you have absolutely no taste in art. No taste whatsoever. Actually, that's a common thing among the British upper classes, by the way, basically since the 17th century or the very early 18th century. The aristocrats in this country, they haven't been tycoons, they haven't been robber barons, they haven't been dictators, they've been farmers. And farmers, generally speaking, have little time for art. So perhaps William's poor taste goes with the territory. All right, well, that's it. I mean, as an example of British art, I'm sorry, we haven't done so well up to now, but there you go. I'm Granniopteryx. I'm to be found on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. I always let you know when I've uploaded a video on Twitter, Gab and Parler, and my name there, my handle there is @Granniopteryx. So if you subscribe to me on one of those platforms, you'll always know when I put a new video up, because especially if you're watching this on YouTube, YouTube very often doesn't tell you. Right, so please like this video, share it, contribute to the channel, and oh yeah, subscribe. I know I complained about YouTube subscriptions before, but it does help, at least with the algorithm. And subscribe to the other channels as well if you want to. I give you permission. All right, what's that? That's it. Yeah, all right. Till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Granniopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.granniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share, share, share.